Pixar didn't just write villains, they wrote warnings.
Bring in the bookworm.
Every single major antagonist in the Toy Story franchise isn't just some random bad guy standing between Woody and a happy ending. They are Woody. Specifically, they are every version of Woody that could have existed if he made different choices at his lowest moments. Same fear, different choices. That's the entire thesis of this franchise, and most people never noticed it. Today we're going to break down 4 of Toy Story's most iconic villains: Sid, Stinky Pete, Gabby Gabby, and saving the absolute best for last, Lotso Bear, because by the time we get to Lotso, you will never look at Woody the same way again. And before we dive in, if this is the kind of deep film analysis that makes you see movies differently, consider subscribing. We could get right into it. Before we talk about what Woody could become, we need to talk about what Woody is fighting against. Sid Phillips is not a mirror of Woody's psychology. He's something more fundamental than that. Sid represents the world Woody is terrified of, a world where toys have no value, where they exist to be broken, modified, destroyed, not loved. Sid doesn't hate toys. He just genuinely doesn't understand they have feelings, and that ignorance is more dangerous than any deliberate cruelty. Think about Woody's core fear across all 4 movies. The fear of being forgotten, of becoming meaningless, of a child growing up and moving on. Sid is the physical embodiment of that fear. He is what happens when a child stops seeing toys as companions and starts seeing them as objects. Every single thing Woody does, every sacrifice, every choice, every desperate scramble to stay relevant, is driven by the terror of ending up in a room like Sid's. Not broken by bitterness, just broken.
I've always wanted to put a spaceman into orbit.
That scene isn't just scary. It's the purest expression of Woody's deepest fear put into physical form, and it sets the stage for something far more unsettling, because the next 3 villains don't just represent what Woody fears, they represent what Woody could become. Stinky Pete, the prospector, is the most intellectually chilling villain in the entire franchise. On the surface, he looks like wisdom, experience, a vintage toy who has seen it all and accepted his fate with grace. But underneath that is something deeply tragic. Stinky Pete has never been played with, never been chosen. He has spent his entire existence behind glass, watching other toys get loved, get worn out, get discarded, while he remained perfect and completely alone. Now, here's where the mirror becomes uncomfortable. Woody is also a vintage toy, a rare one, valuable in ways that go beyond play. And there are moments, particularly in Toy Story 2, where Woody genuinely considers the glass case, the preservation, the safety of never being loved so hard that you break. Stinky Pete made that choice permanently. He chose the glass case. He chose control over connection. And when that choice was threatened, when Woody nearly escaped the museum, Pete didn't just resist. He manipulated. He lied. He became the thing he pretended to despise.
You're out of your box!
I tried reasoning with you, Woody, but you keep forcing me to take extreme measures.
Prospector, this isn't fair!
Fair? I'll tell you what's not fair. Spending a lifetime on a dime store shelf watching every other toy be sold. Well, finally my waiting has paid off, and no hand-me-down cowboy doll is gonna mess it up for me now!
There's a version of Woody that never left that museum, that chose safety over Andy, preservation over love. A version of Woody that decided the pain of being outgrown was too much to risk again. That version of Woody is Stinky Pete, and the terrifying part is, in Toy Story 2, that version almost won. If Stinky Pete represents Woody's fear of isolation, Gabby Gabby represents something even more primal. The fear that you are fundamentally broken, that the thing that makes you special, your voice, your purpose, your soul, is defective, and that no child will ever truly love you because of it. In the world of Toy Story, a toy's voice box isn't just a feature, it's their identity. It's the thing that makes a child reach for them instead of the toy next to them. Woody's voice box is literally what makes him Woody. Gabby Gabby's is broken, and so she spends years in that antique store, watching children pass her by, telling herself that if she could just fix the one broken thing about her, everything would finally be okay. Sound familiar? Because that is the exact psychology Woody carries into every single movie, the desperate need to be chosen, to be enough, to be loved not despite his limitations, but because of everything he is. The difference is, Woody never crossed the line Gabby Gabby crossed. She decided that if she couldn't earn love, she would take the pieces she needed to manufacture it.
And look at that! You have a voice box like me. Vincent, show him.
Oh, that's really not necessary.
I'm Gabby Gabby, and I love you.
Wow, you need to fix that.
My record works just fine. It's the voice box that's broken. Does yours still work?
There's a snake in my boot.
Listen to that. We'll take you where no one will see us.
Oh, no, we can't stay.
She wasn't asking for his voice box. She was asking for his soul. And the most devastating part of Gabby Gabby's arc is that she's not wrong to want what she wants. She just chose the darkest possible path to get there. Which brings us to the villain who mirrors Woody most completely. The one we've been building toward, Lotso Bear.
Put him back in the timeout chair.
Everything we've discussed so far has been building to this. Sid showed us the world Woody fears. Stinky Pete showed us what Woody becomes if he chooses isolation. Gabby Gabby showed us what Woody becomes if he lets desperation consume him. Lotso Bear shows us what Woody becomes if his heart completely breaks. And the reason Lotso is the most powerful mirror in the entire franchise is because his story and Woody's story are not just similar. They are almost identical. Both were the undisputed favorite, the most loved toy in the room, the one their child couldn't sleep without. Both were accidentally left behind. Both made the long journey back, driven by nothing but the belief that their child's love was real and waiting for them. The difference is what they found when they got there.
She replaced us. Come on.
No, she only replaced you.
She replaced all of us, didn't she? She don't love you no more. Now come on!
That window scene is one of the most quietly devastating moments in Pixar history, because in that moment, Lotso and Woody are the same toy, both staring through a window at a child who has moved on. Woody faced that moment too. In Toy Story 1 when Buzz arrived, in Toy Story 2 when he saw his own museum display, in Toy Story 3 when Andy packed for college. Every single time Woody chose love over bitterness, acceptance over control, letting go over holding on. Lotso made the opposite choice. He decided that if love could be replaced, then love was never real. And if love was never real, then nothing mattered except power, control, making sure no toy ever had the chance to be hurt the way he was hurt. That's not a villain origin story, that's a trauma response. And Pixar had the courage to show us exactly what that trauma response looks like when it goes completely unchecked. A tyrant running a prison disguised as a paradise, punishing every toy around him for a wound he refused to heal. Woody felt that same wound. He just chose differently. Same fear, different choices. That's not just a thumbnail, that's the entire moral architecture of this franchise. Pixar didn't write random bad guys. They wrote the roads not taken. Every villain in this franchise is a specific answer to the question, what happens when a toy stops choosing love? Sid's world answers, toys become meaningless. Stinky Pete answers, toys become controllers. Gabby Gabby answers, toys become desperate. Lotso answers, toys become tyrants. And Woody, across 4 movies, countless moments of doubt, fear, jealousy, and loss, chose none of those roads. Not because he never stood at those crossroads, but because every single time he chose differently. That's what makes him one of the greatest protagonists Pixar ever wrote. Not his heroism, his choices. Now there's one more villain worth mentioning, Lillipad, the new antagonist in Toy Story 5. A frog-shaped tablet that doesn't need to be loved, doesn't fear replacement, doesn't have a broken voice box or a lost owner. She just needs to be used. And if Pixar's pattern holds, and they have never broken it once, then Lillipad might be the most terrifying broken Woody yet. Because she's not a mirror of what Woody could become. She's a mirror of a world where Woody never needed to exist at all. That conversation is for another video, but right now, drop your verdict in the comments. Which villain do you think is the closest mirror to Woody? And does Lotso's story hit different now? Subscribe if you want that Toy Story 5 breakdown the moment it drops. Because after what we just discussed, that video is going to be something else entirely.